Tents are a common sight in the Smoky Mountains, but usually the variety that house people, not trees and bugs. Inside these tents grow pretty hemlocks, but each young tree is infested with woolly adelgids, a harmful insect that feeds on the branches, starving the hemlock until it dies.
You can see the adelgid on the twigs, the needles, the white fluffy mass.
Dr. Jerome Grant with UT's Agricultural Experiment Station has a little friend to introduce to the adelgids. He's part of a research team turning predatory beetles loose in these trees.
And these were actually reared at our Lindsay Young Beneficial Insects Laboratory on the UT campus. We have 300 adults inside this container.
The favorite thing these beetles like to eat? Woolly adelgids. With the tents enclosing the beetles and the adelgids, nature should solve the tree's woes. Call this eradication undercover.
The goal of the tents is to help us better understand the survival, reproduction of these introduced natural enemies and see how well they fit into Tennessee climate.
There are a dozen of these tents here at Blackberry Farm. Some contain beetles raised in a lab on the UT Ag campus, while others feature new species from Asia.
They each have different feeding behaviors and times of feeding, and what we want to do inside the cages is try to see how they fit into our system in Tennessee, how they impact the adelgid, and maybe determine the best complex of natural enemies that we can release.
Some hemlocks in the Smokies are nearly 200 feet tall and hundreds of years old. Adelgids threaten thousands of acres of hemlocks here, and these insects have destroyed trees from New England to the southeast. This project is happening at Blackberry Farm, a resort in Wallen that has trees infested with adelgids.
We've got, I don't know how many hemlocks on property, but they're all over the place, thousands of them probably, and we're, some of them are in different stages of decline, and we're trying our best to save them.
The hungry beetles will make this tent their home for the next year or so, provided the structure can stand the elements like wind. UT researchers believe this enclosed lab will reveal which beetles work best at stopping the adelgids, critical information that could someday preserve a staple of Smoky Mountain beauty. This is Chuck Denny reporting.